All right, welcome to Charlevoix, everybody. Appreciate you tuning in here for this Next Level Broadcasting presentation of a Northern Shores Conference matchup between the Cheboygan Chiefs in here visiting the Charlevoix Raiders. I'm Tom Clemenson. Got Jared goodness gracious. I've got Jared here with me.
There you go.
Stamen. And this is the Gray Gables pregame show. Of course, Gray Gables, a fantastic Northern Michigan restaurant where everyone goes to eat right. Big portions, bold flavors, and comfort food done the right way, whether it's a pregame dinner or postgame celebration. Make sure Gray Gables is your go-to spot. Great food, great people, and always worth the stop. Gray Gables Restaurant and Catering. Well, we've got ourselves a matchup tonight. Charlevoix coming in off a huge win over Boyne City, followed by a nail-biter against Kalkaska on Tuesday. The Raiders led Boyne City by as much as 16 and actually had to claw their way back in. Kalkaska had that one. It seemed to be wrapped up until the last couple of possessions, really.
Oh, yeah.
Had an untimely but warranted technical foul called, and Joe Gaffney ended up shooting 4 free throws, and of course they got the ball back, put one in, and that was that. Charlevoix had started the season not so good.
No.
But perfect though since coming back from the winter break. So we definitely appreciate the effort that they've put in there. So that's Charlevoix. You've got Greenacre, who's turned around and got his stroke back a little bit. He's kind of big on the defensive side, creating some turnovers in transition. Joe Gaffney, some senior leadership. So things seem to be kind of coming back into perspective here for the Charlevoix Raiders. And I don't know, Jared, what about Cheboygan? What are you seeing from them tonight?
Well, Cheboygan, they're an interesting team, Tom, because not too long ago they were undefeated sitting at the top of the conference, and then we saw the start of 2026 season. They played the Elk Rapids Elks, who have not started. They were, I think, 5-1 during that point. Not a 5-2, actually. Excuse me. Not a bad record by any means, but not exactly where they wanted to be. They had a pretty tough loss to the Petoskey Northmen, but they came into Cheboygan and ended up taking care of business relatively handily. It did come down to the end. Sheboygan forced a little bit of comeback. Standout Tyler Stanfest made a very nice contested layup to put the game really in their hands. And since then, they've dropped 2 more. They ended up losing to Harbor Springs the other night. They missed 18 layups that game and let up 9 offensive rebounds in the first half. Not a recipe for success. And then they did get 1 win against Grayling. So 1-2 on the season, which is on the 2026 season, which is obviously the same one. So sitting at a nice 7-2 record-wise. Seems good, but they've lost 2 out of the last 3, and Charlevoix's hot. So they're coming into contested territory. I don't really know what to expect from them. I mean, they've got some standouts as we watched Nolan Schley, or is it Schley?
Schley, yeah.
Schley. He one of their juniors, very, very, very talented young man. Their big guy plays the 5 spot. And he's going to have a pretty tough matchup against Jan Chulas. He's more of an undersized 5, but he plays up to those big boys. He's good at getting those rebounds, positioning, boxing out. And he's just a strong kid. So that'll be really the matchup I'll be watching a lot tonight, Tom. And then they've also got the Kiefer brothers, or twins, mind you. And they can both really do it on both ends of the floor. One's more of a taller stretch, and the other one's more of the guard position. But those are the 3 players to really watch. And I don't really know what's going to happen. I mean, on paper, you might say, well, you look at the record, Cheboygan's got the edge, but not recently. I don't know.
Yeah, Charlevoix's managed to just kind of muscle through some tough games and tough competition. Boyne City, always a tough game for them. Kalkaska has been playing everybody tough. But a couple of the guys for Cheboygan I'm going to be looking at tonight, Landon Gann, junior guard, and Gavin Smith as well. Both of those guys really kind of the quarterbacks for that offense. And in particular, Gavin Smith, not only is he smart, but he's also an opportunist. So I'm looking for him to get quick hands into those passing lanes, knocking some things loose, putting pressure on the ball, and trying to create some transition offense. So it'll be interesting to see if he and Gan can get things going and hopefully open up some opportunities for Schley underneath. We'll see. That matchup, well, a lot of what happens tonight is going to carry us to that halfway point as far as the standings. Now, right now, Elk Rapids sitting kind of pretty on top of the Northern Shores Conference. You've got Cheboygan right behind them. And, of course, you've got Charlevoix now knocking on the door. Harbor Springs is right up there.
Yeah.
If Charlevoix wins tonight, they pass Cheboygan, and they're right on the heels of Harbor Springs for second place. And, who knows? Charlevoix with a game next week against Elk Rapids as well as Harbor Springs. So if this team is for real and they can play some good basketball here tonight and next week, it could be a really interesting and very different Northern Shores Conference standings as we get ready to hit that halfway point here very shortly. Well, I'll tell you what, Jared, we'll get to your keys to the game. There's some other conference matchups we want to talk about when our coverage of tonight's game, Charlevoix-Cheboygan, continues on Next Level Broadcasting. Stay right here.
Life gives us enough to deal with, like doing your taxes, hosting in-laws.
Oh, you're still trying to do the beard thing, huh?
And of course, filing an insurance claim. But luckily, Auto Owners makes it easy. They pay what they owe, without any hassle. That's simple human sense.
Ask Bingham Insurance Services in Charlevoix if Auto Owners make sense for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, welcome back. Appreciate everybody tuning in. And also got to say a big thanks to our sponsor tonight. Of course, we're talking about Gray Gables Restaurant and Catering Service. If you're hungry like all these guys out here on the floor, aggressive and working hard, working up that appetite, then you need some Gray Gables Restaurant in your life. Hearty meals, homemade favorites, and portions that don't mess around, win or lose. Everybody going to eat at Gray Gables, the unofficial headquarters of our post-game celebrations. So looking at this matchup tonight, some similarities in terms of their styles. They both really do well in a half-court set kind of offense. They'll take advantage of some transition basketball. What do you think the key is for each one of these teams to kind of take that step ahead?
Well, we're going to start off with the home team, the Charlevoix Raiders, and they got to control the tempo and limit transition defense. I mean, that's where they started losing last night against Kalkaska. When they came back, their transition defense didn't get set, and they took very good advantage, those Blazers did. Shot selection is another one, Tom. You've got two good shooters in Gaffney and Greenacre. Greenacre, a lot of times, starts the game a little cold and warms up. But you got to have them in the right spots. Gaffney, it's hard for him not to be in the right spot because he can knock it down from really anywhere. And last but not least, they got to take care of the basketball. A young team, you can't give a team like Cheboygan that is 7-2 for a reason any sort of opportunity to extend that lead. Look at the visiting team, Cheboygan. They got to find Schley, man. They got to find him early and often. I mean, I mentioned Peter Yanchulis will be guarding him most of the night, and that's the matchup that I'm really excited about because it's a hard one. I mean, you're putting a sophomore on a really, really talented junior in Schley, so you got to get him involved because he can hit it from the outside, as you mentioned in our Cheboygan Elk Rapids game last week. And other things, they got to open up. Again, you just mentioned this today for Gavin Smith. He is a talent. I forgot to mention him, but he might be their best point guard or might be their best player, period. He is really the engine in their offense, the leader, the quarterback, as you said, getting guys open, finding Schley, and that's going to be important, as it was for the first key of the game. And last but not least, they got to protect the rim. You know, the paint is one of the easiest spots to score, and when Yanchulis gets going, man, he's a hard train to stop. So it all kind of falls on Schley.
And Kalkaska found a lot of success against Charlevoix when they were set up in that zone, that 2-3 zone.
Yeah,
really effective. They were able to lock things down inside. So with that, we're about to announce some starting lineups and, of course, our honors to the nation here in a moment. So, of course, we're going to step aside for that. Just a real quick break here in just a moment, and when we come back, we'll tip this one off, give you the starting lineups, and look at this huge matchup tonight. Northern Shores Conference game continues on Next Level Broadcasting.
With unique gifts, home accessories, wedding items, and so much more, The Lake House on Bridge Street offers so many things to make your home or even your visit to Charlevoix that much more special. When you want beautiful items that reflect Charlevoix the beautiful, stop in or visit them online at thelakehousecharlevoix.com for your own keepsake and your own personal memory of Charlevoix.
Hi, it's Kevin Klein from TVC Airport. We're proud to help keep you connected to high school sports in Northern Michigan, so you can stay in the game all season long with TVC, your Northern Michigan connection.
Now's the time to fly from your Northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
All right, welcome back. It's time to get this one started. Cheboygan Chiefs visiting Charlevoix Raiders tonight. We appreciate all of you tuning in with us, and thanks for listening to our pregame show brought to you by Gray Gables Restaurant and Catering. Tom Clemenson here along with Jared Stamen, and we're all excited for this one. We'll start with the Cheboygan lineup. We've got number 34, Andrew Kiefer, senior forward, starting tonight. He's a tall one. He's one of those two Kiefers that we keep an eye on. Nolan Schley, the other big forward, and a lot of energy and strength. He's a guy, if you get him going, he's going to be trouble for Charlevoix. And Carson Kiefer, the other brother, the other Kiefer, the guard, senior, out there. Jason Friday, of course, coaching this team, and we've got Landon Gahn as well. So Gavin Smith going to be starting for Cheboygan. McNamara starting for Charlevoix. The sophomore, Peter Yanchulis, big presence down in the paint. Ian Moran, the senior guard, does a lot of the point guard duties, at least to start with, and then you'll also see Carter Greenacre come in and do some of that work as well. So both these guys really good handling the ball, distributing the ball, and of course Joe Gaffney, the senior leader on this team. And that will round out our Charlevoix Raiders starting lineup tonight. And they do some really good substitutions. You'll see Jason McNamara in there plenty. You'll see Skylar Blecky get out there as well, and Jacobs, Talon Jacobs as well, another guy who comes in off the bench, gives them some good time, good minutes. Brody Horrigan is one of those guys as well. And then on the other side, of course, we mentioned Landon Gahn. You've got Carson Kiefer, Gavin Smith. We'll look for Jack Ekdahl can come in off the bench too and give you some crucial baskets. He had a nice game against Elk Rapids coming in off the bench. And so here we go, tipping this one off, and Cheboygan's going to control right off the bat. Smith is with it. He's going to go near wing over to Kiefer. Over to the far wing, this time to Gahn. Going to try and get it inside. There's Schley as he gets double teamed inside. He's going to get a little paint violation here if he's not careful. That shot was up by Kiefer and off the front of the rim. Cheboygan controls. Looking inside for Kiefer. It's not there though. Cuts inside. They'll get him. Take a little two-point jump shot. Nice stroke as Andrew Kiefer puts the first points up on the board. Cheboygan on top.
Yeah, early the Raiders doubling Schley, and that's something we saw the Elks do as well, and they really limited his possessions.
And we got quick hands. Gavin Smith, we talked about it in the pregame, already making an impact on defense. And again, second consecutive steal. Just got to finish at the rim, and that one's blocked. So the first one a miss, and then a block by Yanchulis. And again, there's Smith again, quick hands, and that one off his own leg and out of bounds. So Charlevoix is going to have to deal with this guy. He is a menace.
Yeah, and Moran just not feeling the pressure of Smith, and he's just going to rob him in blind daylight.
We'll have to see, keep an eye on that matchup now as Jan Chula sets up in the far corner. Moran now looking for some help on top. Gaffney will kick out. And again, quick hands by Cheboygan. They're going to take advantage of that all day. Landon Gahn with it. Going to go inside. Kiefer can't get the roll off the back of the iron, and now Charlevoix coming away with it. Kiefer showing some pressure right away on Greenacre. Not going to let him get enter the zone cleanly as McNamara finds Moran. Really impressed already with these guards from Cheboygan. Greenacre, though, kicks it out. They're looking for Gaffney. He's not going to have a lot of room for that three-point shot, but he is going to get a 2-and-1 opportunity. So nice field goal from him.
Yeah, good job by Gaffney finding his spot. And, they're actually going to not call a foul on that one.
All right, well, they're not calling a basket either. So.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so that foul happened prior to, or it was a foul on the pick. I'm sorry. That's exactly what that play was. All right, so we've got Andrew Kiefer working it inside, back outside from long range. There is Kiefer, Carson. That's going to go off the back of the iron. Gaffney to McNamara into the corner for Moran. Trying to find Gaffney on that far wing, over to Greenacre on top. Again, McNamara with it now on the near wing. Looking for a cutting Gaffney, not there. Greenacre takes a step, goes inside, little delay. Cheboygan D'd up on that one, and it looks like that was last touched by Charlevoix. Really nice defense by the Chiefs.
Well, I feel like you can feel the urgency from the Chiefs as we mentioned, they've dropped 2 of 3, and they're going against a hot team, and they want to smother that fire as soon as they can.
Dealing with a little bit of pressure there from Charlevoix. They're able to get it into the zone. Smith goes up and not able to get the roll. Schley with it, though, gets the rebound, can't finish at the rim, and that's been a bit of an issue for Cheboygan now on a couple of trips down the floor as Gaffney takes his man inside. Not able to get that one up there enough to make the angle and drop it in there for 2 points. Here's Cheboygan, though, with it.
Yeah, even though the game has not felt close in the sense of the way that they've played, it's only a 2-point game.
There's Carson Kiefer, kicks it out. Big time shot from Andrew up top, and that's going to go in and out. Touched by a couple of players. Looks like they're going to say Cheboygan is going to control this one. Last touch by Charlevoix.
Yeah, Jan Chulas had 2 hands on it, but couldn't complete the pass, or the catch, per se. And they're getting open shots, Tom. They're just not able to knock him down.
Schley with it inside, quickly double-teamed. Andrew Kiefer, he's going to take another nice little stroke just inside that free throw line, and Cheboygan now up 4-0.
Well, both his buckets have come from that spot. Seems like he has a favorite area of the court.
That's where Bill Lambier made all his money in the NBA, just that little turnaround jumper, or that spot-up jumper. Gaffney now from long range. That one's going to go off the iron, controlled by Cheboygan. Andrew Kiefer bringing the Chiefs down the floor with some urgency. He sets up, kicks it out for, well, looked like it was going to be a shot, but no, here it is. Carson Kiefer, that one's going to go off the front of the iron. Charlevoix now back with it. Joe Gaffney, got to watch out. They're going to knock that loose if you're not careful, and the other option is you'll get that reach in. So Landon Gann with the first foul there for the Chiefs, his first and the team first.
It's a little bit too aggressive there about the Chiefs, trying to strip Gaffney, but he's got a pretty good handle on him. He's not an easy guy to pick.
Skylar Blecky now checking in for Moran, and he's a guy who can hit that shot as well from long range. McNamara cutting in. They're not able to find him. Joe Gaffney with it now. Schley there, drop back into that passing lane, and he kicks that transition game going the other way. McNamara with the block. Cheboygan will maintain control of the ball. Nice job on him. He just very good patience and just kind of read his play well enough to not get lured off his feet and give up an easy basket.
Yeah, Schley's got to look for the trailer there instead of trying to go up on a tough defender in McNamara.
Well, and Jan Chulas was coming in there too. It's going to be a tough night for him. Look for that dribble though to, inside, working it inside. He just needs to kind of break away and find some space at the rim. That one's going to be kicked out and blocked. Another one, Greenacre, and that's a mismatch for anybody. A lot of length for a guard.
Yeah, he could definitely be a 3 on most other teams, kind of like a high school Northern Michigan Kevin Durant.
Yeah, if he can get cooking too with that shot, he's dangerous. As Schley puts one up, and that's going to be short. Looks like Greenacre is going to pick up a foul. No, they're going to call that. They're going to call that on Schley. And both of them kind of going for the ball. So Gaffney now bringing it down for Charlevoix. Not been able to get a basket yet, and we've got 2:55 remaining here in the first quarter. That Cheboygan defense is tight, tight, tight. Here comes McNamara, though. Takes it in, lays it up.
Good take by McNamara, finishing strong with the right hand.
Now Charlevoix trying to work that trap. Cheboygan able to deal with that. Andrew Kiefer going to kick it over into the corner now for Schley. He's going to try and work it inside, kick it back out. The coach asking for some horizontal passing, and there's McNamara. That's his second block tonight as Joe Gaffney smartly pulls back. The numbers were not in his favor as he tries to work it in off the glass, and Cheboygan coming back the other way with numbers. There's Kiefer, puts it in. Nice little layup, and he was looking for that kick-out pass. The defense, though, gave him some space, and he took advantage. Cheboygan back with a 4-point lead here. Starting to see those buckets fall just a bit. McNamara again, now he's in the corner. He's got Jan Chulis, tough sophomore in there at that forward position. He's going up against one of the better players at the forward position in Schley, and that's a matchup we're going to want to keep an eye on tonight, too. There's Schley making some room and off the glass and in. Cheboygan now extends to 6.
Yeah, you don't want to let Schley get too confident because once you start seeing that ball go through the hoop once or twice, he's going to start putting it up a lot of times, and a lot of times they go in.
Jan Chulis now. Little skip past to Greenacre. That gets him an opportunity, and he sinks it. 3-point play. Just like that, we're back within 3. 1:05 to go in the quarter. Full court pressure again by Charlevoix. A 2-2-1 set up here, and Cheboygan able to get it inside. Schley, he's working inside, and another bucket for him off the glass.
Yeah, and they just let him slip right by. McNamara let him cut through that back door, and that's an easy layup for Schley.
You've seen these last two, Jared, and he hasn't hesitated. He's been able to get that step and get in there before McNamara can get inside and help out. I'd be looking for Greenacre to drop in and try it as he makes a bucket there off the glass. Defensively, to him to come down and try and help out a little bit.
Yeah, that was a nice little spin move there by Greenacre and just absolutely lured his defender to sleep and put that one up easy.
There's Kiefer from long range. That's going to go off the front of the iron. His brother Andrew picks it up. Back out to Carter. Rather, Carson. Gone with it now. And he can take it inside the paint, find Schley, and one. Really nice play by Nolan Schley inside. Muscling his way up there, draws the foul, finishes, and that's what you got to see. This is sort of what Cheboygan was hoping to do at the rim. Can't miss those easy buckets.
No, and we talked about one of the keys to the game is protecting the paint for the Raiders, and they just have not been able to do that very well. This is potentially a 7-point run, minding this, and all those 7 points have come from Nolan Schley.
And Schley sinks that one. As Gaffney chucks that one from three-quarter court. It hit something, but that's how it's going to be. 13-7 your score after one. And just want to quickly say thanks to a couple of our sponsors. You know, winter's here, and it's time to make sure your gutters are ready for the season. Ryan Beningo and his team at Professional Seamless Gutters going to keep your home protected from snow, ice, and winter runoff. They've got fast, experienced service and real-time quotes, so no surprises. Schedule your appointment today at 989-619-3407, and be sure to tell them Next Level Broadcasting sent you. And, of course, we want to say thanks to Charlevoix State Bank. In a world of mergers and name changes, Charlevoix State Bank was built to stay local and community-focused, and that commitment continues today as they proudly support Charlevoix athletics and tonight's game. And, of course, they'll be sponsoring our halftime show. We invite you to stick around for that. We'll give you some insight on maybe what some of those post-game or those halftime adjustments will be. We'll summarize a little bit of what we see here in the first and second quarters and And we'll take a run around the state of Michigan. We've got a lot of great games coming up at the next level, so we want to make sure you're prepped and ready for all of those. Of course, Pistons tonight against the Suns. We'll get you updated on that one. It is scheduled, it's actually underway right now, and early in the first quarter, it's Pistons up 11-8 over the Suns.
Yeah, that should be a really good one. Suns, underrated team in the West.
Yeah. I think that's fair. The West is very, very competitive, though.
Yeah. They'd be a good team in the East, but in the West, I guess they're underrated.
All right, so here we are. Charlevoix going to start the second quarter off with it. Moran back in the lineup. Jan Chulis being closely guarded by Schley, and that one's going to be a little skip pass over to Greenacre. He gets it back to Moran. Moran going to try and make a move. Horrigan with it now. He tries to put a little move on one of our six men here, Jack Ekdahl, and he didn't buy the head fake at all. Stays in front of him, but he's going to pick up a foul on the reach on the second attempt to get inside.
Yeah, you get Jack Ekdahl in that paint area, he's not going to allow very many buckets, Tom.
He's not going to give you a free run at the lane anyway, that's for sure. And look for him, too. He's a guy that can put it up. He had a couple of key three-pointers against Elk Rapids, and there's Andrew Kiefer with a block, but they'll say travel occurred first, so coming back the other way. And we've seen Charlevoix do a pretty good job knocking some shots away, too. McNamara's had a couple of blocks tonight.
Yeah, Jan Chulis also has one, I think 3 total. Actually, in Greenacre, I think they're sitting at 4 in that first quarter.
There he is, Ekdahl in and off the glass. Nice job cutting to the rim and finishing as well. So that's what you're looking for from your sixth man.
Yeah, a guy that get a lot of minutes on most other teams, but Cheboygan pretty deep.
They are. Schley elevates, but good job by Horrigan to just be patient with it and wait for his opportunity to get a clean shot through. Cross-court pass. They go back inside. Beautiful setup there. Landon gone. Just a really good look, too. That pass was excellent. It's like they drew that play up or something.
Yeah, I think Jason Friday would be pretty happy with the way that was executed.
It looked like just bang, bang play. Love to see it. Cheboygan kind of showing some of that early season form tonight. And they're really rolling right now with an 8-point lead. Greenacre from way long. He's going to have to try and take it inside. Gaffney comes around to try and help him out. He'll take a 2-point shot in and out. See who controls it. Andrew Kiefer smartly kicks that one loose before he falls to the floor. Schley with it now over to Gahn. Ekdahl will take that shot and he'll hit it. 3-point play from Ekdahl. 5 consecutive for the sixth man, and boy, he's fired up. Look out. 29 your score with a timeout on the floor by Charlevoix. 5:56 to go here in the half. Full timeout. And want to invite you, if you're going to be in Charlevoix and you want to take a little bit of Charlevoix home with you, a little bit of that lake life, then you want to make sure you head to the Lake House and feel that spirit of easy living and life on the water. They've got unique gifts and home decor and even items from your furry friends. So perfect for your home, cottage, or boat. You want to visit the Lake House in downtown Charlevoix. Check them out at 403 Bridge Street or shop online, thelakehousecharlevoix.com. And, of course, it's wintertime in northern Michigan, in case you hadn't noticed. It might resemble a little bit more like the Arctic Circle, but in any case, the team at South Point Collision wants to make sure you're safe on the road, so drive carefully. But if you or your family member pick up a scratch or a ding from icy conditions, head to South Point Collision and mention this ad to get $100 off your auto repair. South Point Collision, here to keep the fun in winter, keep you on the road all season long.
And that's pretty nice of those folks down at South Point Collision. $100 off, that's no slouch.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We've got to look and encourage our folks if they have an opportunity to get on down there, a little auto repair. Make sure you mention Next Level Broadcasting, and you'll get your $100 off. All right, here we go. Back to it, Horrigan inside. And he's going to lose that one. Had some Defensive help coming from the backside. And that was Gavin Smith. And he finds Ekdahl. It's going to go back out to Smith, top of the key. There's Gahn, going to work it inside to Kiefer, back out to Gahn, little head fake. Greenacre not buying it as Gahn tries to work it inside. They're going to say stepped over the line.
Good defense by the Raiders, using that baseline as another defender. Old reliable. He plays for both teams, though, that baseline.
Yeah, and he'll get you, too. Get a little too close. It's not a good thing as Horrigan cuts inside. Ekdahl's on him, but Horrigan able to elevate and knock it in off the glass. So Charlevoix not going away. They trail by 9 here. Kind of backing off that full court pressure a little bit. Inside, though, nice pass over to Andrew Kiefer, and he makes it count. And one opportunity for the senior from Cheboygan.
Well, the offense for the Chiefs, they had a lot of open shots in the first 5 minutes of the game. Only were able to hit really 1 or 2. And then about that 3-minute mark in the first, it has just been all Cheboygan. They just cannot see. They're just so hot, and it doesn't matter who it is. It's Schley. It's off the bench. It's Jack Ekdahl. It's right now you see one of the Kiefer brothers, Andrew Kiefer. I mean, they're just doing it on all levels. This is beautiful team basketball, and Coach Friday cannot be happier with the start from his boys.
Yeah, you absolutely love to see it like that.
And we've got, Greenacre passing it around. He's gotten it to McNamara. Looking back to Moran. Oh, Moran trying to make a drive before passing it out to Greenacre. And looks like he's going to be fouled by Jack Ekdahl, and he's not too happy about that call, Tom.
Well, it was a reach. A reach is a reach. It wasn't a reach to expect that one was going to get called either.
Yeah. And that's 2 quick fouls on Jack Ekdahl, so he is going to take a quick trip to the bench.
Yeah. So Schley checking back in for the Chiefs. Been pretty busy, had a nice little scoring run of his own as Cheboygan knocks that loose. That was Andrew Kiefer with it, and he's going to go ahead and bring it across. The defense set up as he's able to kick that out. Looked like initially Greenacre was able to knock it loose, but Schley recovers it. They're going to say he traveled on his way inside.
Yeah, the basketball IQ for Greenacre, not let alone with his physical attributes, he just knows where to be on defense. I mean, we talk about his offensive ability to knock down shots at all 3 levels, but we don't talk about how good of a defender he is. I mean, he definitely averages at least over a block a game, let alone maybe a steal or 2. He's just a pesky guy, and I'm sure that all these players would agree. They don't really like to play against him. He's annoying.
He's pesky. Well, Smith and Gahn, too, for Cheboygan, they share that attribute. Both of them pesky and tend to give people fits as Moran takes it inside, not able to get the roll. Greenacre tried the tip back, but not able to get it. 3-on-1 back coming the other way. Schley finishes at the basket. Not much you're going to be able to do there. It was a nice look on the dish over to Schley and a better finish there at the rim. So here we go, 24-11 now, 13-point lead for Cheboygan. Greenacre going to take it all the way in, a little too hard off the glass, and coming back the other way in transition. Cheboygan's Andrew Kiefer in and makes it count.
And, the leading scorer for, the Chiefs is Schley, and I think all 8 of his points, he's got 9, 1 minus a free throw. I think all of them are on assists. I mean, it's not just him doing alone. They're finding the open man, and it's all starting from their quarterback point guards.
There's McNamara trying to make something happen. That one's going to be knocked loose by Cheboygan, so Charlevoix going to hang on to this one. Andrew Kiefer going to go ahead and take a seat, and coming in for him, Jersey Mix. With 2:58 to go here before the half. All right. Horrigan going to kick it over to McNamara in the corner. Horrigan trying again, but there's Max making him pay already as they go in transition. Schley with it, and he gets it to roll in there. Looked initially like it might roll right out of there, but it hung in there, and 28-11 now your score as McNamara brings it back the other way. Cheboygan seems like they've gotten themselves back into that early season form, Jared.
Yeah, this is looking like the 6-0 team that we thought they were when we saw them play Elk Rapids.
They were looking to try and hit Moran cutting inside, but Schley's there. Now Greenacre knocks that pass loose, but here comes Cheboygan, gone. He's going to find Smith over to Schley. Unselfish basketball as they find the big man right under the rim, and he's able to put it away. 2:05 now, and that lead extended to 19.
Yeah, I think almost every one of these baskets that have been made by the Chiefs are on assists. I mean, they're just in a flow state right now.
And we've got a foul coming. That's going to be on number 5. That's Mix, Jersey Mix. So Cheboygan with 3 team fouls now. Charlevoix just seems like they're having a difficult time matching that quick twitch speed that Cheboygan's got the other way.
Yeah, and you know, Cheboygan, I think there was a little bit of a fire lit under them after those losses, and I think you're seeing a lot of practice come into fruition in this game, and anger almost.
Well, they're definitely focused. They seem to be playing. You know, we saw them play with a little bit too much emotion, I felt, on with Elk Rapids. They are definitely playing with a sense of urgency, but they're also very focused as they go back in transition on the rebound, coming the other way. There's Gone. He's going to take a shot and gets it to bounce in. The basketball god smiling on him tonight. 21 points. The difference in this one with 1:08 to go here in the half.
And they're just getting to their spot and shooting it. They're just, the confidence levels are all-time high for every single Chief right now.
Well, and I'll tell you, they're taking away a lot of that time and space inside to McNamara. He tries to fight one in and out, just can't get the roll. So the bounce is working for Cheboygan pretty well, and not as much for Charlevoix here as Kiefer's going to kick that one out. There's Gone from outside. That's going to go off the rim. Schley with a nice job elevating, get the rebound. He's not giving up, and he's going to be rewarded. Nice bucket. Double teamed, and he makes him pay.
Yeah, and right now, Schley is outscoring Charlevoix 15-11 just by himself.
Well, and again, as you mentioned before, Jared, a lot of that has to do with some really good heads-up ball distribution by the guards as Joe Gaffney's working his way inside and gets that lead back down to 21. 10 seconds remaining now in the half. Schley all by himself inside, and he's going to answer back quickly. 3 seconds now on the clock. Gaffney going to launch one from long range, and that one's not going to be close. And your halftime score, 36-13. The Chiefs definitely making a statement. We'll talk a little bit about the first 2 quarters and take a look around Northern Michigan and our regional and professional sports. Lot of big games coming up this weekend. We'll get you set up for all of that next on Next Level Broadcasting's coverage of Charlevoix Cheboygan Northern Shores Conference Championship basketball here. Goodness, when we come back.
I got one for you, boss.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, what's black, white, and dented all over?
I give up.
The company truck? Yeah, it's bad. But thanks to our agent, we've already submitted the claim and can track the status right from the app. Auto owners pays what they owe without any hassle.
Lucky for you, that's simple human sense.
Ask Bingham Insurance Services in Charlevoix if auto owners make sense for you.
With unique gifts, home accessories, wedding items, and so much more, the Lake House on Bridge Street offers so many things to make your home or even your visit to Charlevoix that much more special. When you want beautiful items that reflect Charlevoix the beautiful, stop in or visit them online at thelakehousecharlevoix.com for your own keepsake and your own personal memory of Charlevoix.
Hi, it's Kevin Klein from TVC Airport. We're proud to help keep you connected to high school sports in Northern Michigan, so you can stay in the game all season long with TVC, your Northern Michigan connection.
Now Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
I got one for you, boss.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, what's black, white, and dented all over?
I give up.
The company truck? Yeah, it's bad.
But thanks to our agent, we've already submitted the claim and can track the status right from the app. Auto owners pays what they owe without any hassle.
Lucky for you, that's simple human sense.
Ask Bingham Insurance Services in Charlevoix if auto owners make sense for you.
All right, welcome back. We're in Charlevoix, Michigan, where the visiting Cheboygan Chiefs have kind of taken control of this one like gangbusters and lead 36-13. And, of course, not the start Charlevoix was looking for. And we'll get some thoughts from Jared a little bit later on. But first, want to get you up to speed on some of the action going around the state of Michigan, our Michigan sports preview. Of course, our halftime show also brought to you by Charlevoix State Bank. That's right. You know, in a day and age of mergers and name changes, Charlevoix State Bank built to stay local and community focused, and their commitment continues today as they proudly support Charlevoix athletics and tonight's game. We definitely appreciate them. So tonight, the Pistons hosting Phoenix. The Suns coming into LCA without Devin Booker, out with an ankle injury. Jalen Green continues to be out with a strained hamstring. Cade Cunningham back in tonight's lineup after missing about a week or so with a wrist injury. Isaiah Stewart, game time decision. We'll check the stat sheet and see if he was out there. It was an undisclosed illness, maybe the flu. Hopefully he's feeling better. But at any rate, the Pistons right now with 21.8 on the clock, trailing the Suns 32-23 at the end of the first period. Phoenix, again, they're coming off a 3-game win streak, and Detroit hoping to rebound after a 98-92 loss to the Clippers earlier in the week. And you can catch this one on FanDuel Sports Network. They'll do the rebroadcast later tonight, so make sure you check that out. Red Wings looking to bounce back at home tomorrow night against San Jose after getting shut out against Boston 3-0 Tuesday night. Detroit 4-1 in their last 5. The Sharks coming into Detroit 3-2 and off a 7-2 drubbing at home by at the hands of the of Vegas. Goodness gracious, Las Vegas just crushed them on Sunday. And of course, the puck dropped 7 p.m. on the NHL Network and FanDuel. That's going to be at LCA. Michigan State heading out west to face the 10-7 Washington Huskies in Seattle. 12th ranked Spartans in a virtual tie for third place in the Big Ten standings, and a road win going to put them alone right there behind one-loss Purdue and undefeated Nebraska. You can catch this one on the Big Ten Network. Again, that's going to be this weekend. Check that out. Number 4, Michigan back on the hard court Saturday, traveling to Oregon for a Big Ten showdown with the Ducks. Wolverines have be favorites against the 8-9 Ducks, who would earn only their second conference win if they were able to pull the upset. Michigan looking to keep pace with the leaders atop the conference standing. This one going to tip off at 4 p.m. on NBC. And that's your Michigan sports update. We're going to step aside. We'll talk about first half, what we saw, and maybe some second half adjustments with Jared in just a little bit when our Charlevoix State Bank halftime show continues on Next Level Broadcasting.
Hi, it's Kevin Klein from TVC Airport. We're proud to help keep you connected to high school sports in Northern Michigan, so you can stay in the game all season long with TVC, your Northern Michigan connection.
With unique gifts, home accessories, wedding items, and so much more. The Lake House on Bridge Street offers so many things to make your home or even your visit to Charlevoix that much more special. When you want beautiful items that reflect Charlevoix the beautiful, stop in or visit them online at thelakehouseCharlevoix.com for your own keepsake and your own personal memory of Charlevoix.
You're one
Yeah.
more. Okay.
All right, welcome back to Charlevoix, Michigan. Tom Clemenson along with Jared Stamen. And Jared, that first half was definitely a big one for Cheboygan. Speed is what I really saw. What did you see in the way that one shaped out?
Passing with a purpose. They knew exactly where those balls were supposed to go, and then they found Schley for 17 total points. I think there's only one bucket I can think of off the top of my head that was him just saying, I'm going to do it on my own. That was not an assist. So what's that? That's 7 assists just off feeding it to Schley. They just knew where the ball was going, and they started pretty slow. I mean, the first 5 minutes, they were getting to their spots, but they weren't hitting it, as I mentioned in that first quarter. And then they just started hitting another level. I don't know if it was something Jason Friday said, or they just kind of start getting in rhythm, getting their legs under them. And it has just been extremely impressive to watch them play in this game. They've looked like the team that was 6-0. I mean, if you told me before this game that they dropped 2 of their last 3, I would kind of look at you and say, are you serious? This team?
I think the biggest mismatch, again, when we're talking about speed, it's the guard play from Cheboygan, taking away time and space. They're kind of rushing some decisions, and it's just Charlevoix finding some difficulty trying to keep up with those guards. Quick hands, and they're definitely in those passing lanes. Not the zone defensive strategy we saw from Kalkaska that worked, but I'll tell you, it's just as effective. These guards are for real from Cheboygan. Yeah, so second half adjustments. So what do you think of Charlevoix? What are you thinking?
Well, for Charlevoix, they just got to get better in those passing lanes. I mean, that's something that they are very good at doing. We saw it all game on Tuesday night against Kalkaska. I mean, they probably produced high teen turnovers, if not in the 20s. They were all over the place. They knew where to be. They were in their spots. And I believe they were playing a lot of zone, and the zone was working. The zone's not really working today. They're picking them apart all over the place, looking like Tom Brady, just knowing exactly where that tight end's going to sit. So I think maybe some physical man defense would be something to get by. And one thing I've also noticed is they're not using the baseline to their advantage a lot. I've seen a lot of players, and it's the speed of the guards for Cheboygan. They've just been able to run right by McNamara. I've seen it happen to him. Even Greenacre, one of their better defenders, and they're not forcing him to the baseline. They're just running right by him. Their speed is just killing them. So maybe sitting back a little bit or just forcing them to go in a direction you want them to go. Don't let them dictate the pace. Make it uncomfortable and make them do – they're going to make shots. Make it not on their terms. Make it on your terms. And adjustments for Cheboygan, Tom, I don't really know if I can say any. Maybe just turn it up to an even higher level if that's possible, because so the last 11 minutes of game time, they've pretty much played perfect, I'd say.
Yeah, unselfish basketball, and you love to see it. Well, we'll see. We'll see what Charlevoix's dialed up there in the locker room there for halftime, and we'll keep it right here. We just want to let you know, if you're working up an appetite watching this one, then Gray Gables is the restaurant you want. It's more than a meal. It's a Northern Michigan tradition, home-style cooking, friendly faces, and a place where the whole community comes together. Join them before the game, after the game, or any time in between at Gray Gables Restaurant. And keep in mind, they also cater. And we want to let you know that Orion Beningo is ready to help you out. If you're having any concerns about your gutters, Professional Seamless Gutters is going to keep you protected from snow and ice and that winter runoff. Fast experience service and real-time quotes. Call them up, 989-619-3407, and let them know Next Level Broadcasting sent you. And here we go, second half underway. Cheboygan with it. Already working their way inside. They find Schley cutting, and he's able to go reverse layup and off the glass. Picking up right where they left off, Cheboygan.
Ain't that the truth, Tom? It's looked like nothing happened. Just playing another basketball. 10 minutes didn't just happen.
So Moran lets his team get set up as he brings it across half court. Jan Chulis all the way out to the arc. Kind of working the pivot on that offense. And there's Greenacre. And he gets the roll on that one. He's 2 for 2 from 3. And that's what you need from Carter Greenacre if you want to get back into this game.
Yeah, a volume shooter who hasn't shot at volume because of the defense. So if he can start 2 for 2, then God knows what he's able to do in this game.
He was a full step back from the three-point line, too, as Schley trying to work it inside. Jan Chulis D'ing him up pretty well. Andrew Kiefer, he's going to find Gahn. He's top of the key, looking to try and work around that zone defense. McNamara coming out against the other Kiefer there. And Schley with it now. And they got a block off McNamara. They said it was all ball. and last touch by Charlevoix, so it looks like Cheboygan's going to maintain possession. That was a really, really good effort by both of those strong forwards on the opposing sides there to try and force that issue, and they're going to get it inbound to Schley, and looks like they've got Jan Chulis for a foul there.
Yeah, and it's almost like you got to start fouling this guy, and he's just tough as, you just mentioned me, 3 fouls for Jan Chulis.
Yeah, it is, and there's Smith going up for it. Jan Chulis with the rebound there on the miss. And here comes Gaffney trying to get his team back into this. Sorry, that was Carson Kiefer on that last one. Moran lays it up and in, and it's one of those baskets that you desperately need. Every one you can get. Nice to see Moran able to cut inside, and a little bit of a bump there as Gavin Smith hits the floor. They'll pick him up. And
that was a beautiful pass by Gaffney. He just had it. It was a little behind the back pass right to Moran in stride, and Moran able to finish there. One of the highlight plays I've seen so far from the Charlevoix squad.
Nice inbound pass from Andrew Kiefer as he elevates and puts it up over McNamara. Answers right back, 40-18 your score here.
And that's just a size difference right there. He's just able to elevate and throw it up like it's over his little brother.
So Cheboygan definitely continuing their scoring from the first half. The difference here is that Charlevoix so far keeping pace as Horrigan with it now on the near wing. Greenacre trying to get loose. He'll find Moran far wing. There's Gaffney from 3, open look, and that's going to go off the rim. Cheboygan had it. Greenacre, quick hands, and it looks like they're going to say it was last touched by Andrew Kiefer for Cheboygan, so Charlevoix maintains control.
Yeah, just a miss. Can you make...
No.
Oh.
No. I stand corrected. The players were confused, too, so it looks like it was last touched by Charlevoix. Schley with it. He's going to put a move on Horrigan, take it inside, and gets the roll. I'll tell you what, Schley is just, he is a menace, a man on a mission tonight. We saw him against Elk Rapids. He was kind of limited in his scoring. Had a heck of a game defensively as Gaffney sends another one long, but Horrigan hangs with it, and he's able to get one in there and the foul.
Yeah, and for Horrigan, he's actually giving him some good bench minutes. That's his 6th point of the night, trying to make it 7 in a game where they're only at 20 points. So Horrigan's almost been half of the offense off the bench for the Raiders.
Andrew Kiefer guilty of that one. That's his first, team first. Off the front of the rim, Moran controls the rebound, though. He finds McNamara inside. Can't get the roll on that one, and they're going to say it's last touch by Cheboygan. It looked like Schley had a hand on it before it went out of bounds. So Charlevoix with an opportunity to get back within 20 here. Big mountain to climb, but you can't do it all at once. Horrigan's going to find Greenacre on that near wing. And again, quick hands. This time by Carson Kiefer to knock that one loose. Charlevoix maintains possession. They'll find Moran now. Going to go to the other side, swing it over to McNamara, who finds Greenacre now, top of the key. He's got Kiefer on him. Greenacre, again, he's able to get his rebound and finish. You want to see him working it inside and outside, too. Give the defender something to think about. As Schleier lowers his shoulder and takes it inside, able to split the defense and lay it up off the glass. 44-22 now. Cheboygan with a big lead here in Charlevoix.
Yeah, Schley sitting at 23 points. Has already got 6 in this second half, Tom.
He's having himself a game as Moran puts one up from 3. That's going to go off the glass and come back the other way. Carson going to try it off the glass, and Andrew Kiefer able to get the putback in there off his brother's shot. I was going to say his younger brother, maybe his shorter brother. I don't know if Carson appreciate that or not. So don't tell him.
We don't know which twin was born first because that's always something that those guys argue about.
Exactly. Cheboygan with a big-time hustle play, and that's going to set up Smith for a nice, easy layup. Gavin Smith able to get that one loose after, of course, looked like Carson Kiefer and Schley, both of them in on that defensive play. Gaffney working against Gahn. He finds a cutting Horrigan inside. Nice patience and a nice finish at the rim. Horrigan's having himself a nice game here tonight for Charlevoix as Schley's going to take one from long range, and he hits it. The big man from 3.
Yeah, he's having a game. He might not forget anytime soon. He's approaching that 30 mark, and the way this pace is going, he might even be approaching 40. But
stop the presses if you're at the Cheboygan Tribune, because I'll tell you what, he's having himself a game, and this defense is feasting tonight as Carson Kiefer puts one in there. And we've got some substitutions coming in here as Charlevoix calls a timeout. We'll see Blecky enter the game in just a couple of moments. 53-24. This one is just something else.
Yeah, and we want to look at the YouTube chat line here. We've got Aunt Marine for Coach Troshak coming in again, and she's going to say thank you for broadcasting all the games. Well, you know, I can speak for Tom and I when I say it's our pleasure to do this. We love bringing you guys high school basketball and football, all the sports. We just are big sports guys here, and we've got another one saying, oh, boys, pull through. I'm sure it's important for the Raiders, and they're going to need a little bit more than a chat to get them better, as they're looking at a potential 30-point deficit, minus 1 point, 29 on the official clock.
Well, I tell you what, Charlevoix has the misfortune of getting Cheboygan after a couple of really difficult losses for the Chiefs, and they are taking it out on them big time here as Greenacre getting ready to inbound this one for the Raiders. 3:03 to go here in the third period. Gaffney just trying to get that offense set up. They're going to give him the half court here. Cheboygan not too concerned with any kind of full court pressure, sitting really comfortable at a 29-point lead as McNamara takes a look. They swing it over to Greenacre. He's looking for a little bit of room. Fadeaway jumper, good. Greenacre, nice little move there to get himself some space and get a shot off. They're going to go Ekdahl back out to Carson Kiefer. He splits the defense and kicks it out. Schley again from outside. That one's going to go off the iron. McNamara coming back the other way.
And that's the dangerous part about Schley is that he can hit the 3-ball too.
He can. The game we did with him, Elk Rapids, he had a nice step back 3. There's Greenacre from 3. He's 3 for 3 from long range tonight. Greenacre trying to get his team back in this one here, 29. And a travel there, Ekdahl with a turnover. Coach not happy. He thought there was a bump, and be careful. He's going to find himself getting teed up if you don't want to take these referees too far.
No, Coach Friday, one of the more animated coaches I've seen so far. You can tell he's definitely got the passion, the love for the game.
Well, and that's it. He's not satisfied. Even with this big lead, he's still coaching these kids hard as Gaffney tries to take it inside, double-teamed, trapped in that corner. They're able to get it loose. Blecky with it now. He finds Greenacre. Greenacre's going to try and put a move on Carson Kiefer, and got a foul away from the ball.
Well, you know, I see why he's not going to be satisfied. Greenacre's been having a really good, I think he's got almost 10 points in his third quarter, and Charlevoix's offense, for the most part, hasn't looked bad. I mean, they've had a couple of those turnovers that have led to fast break points, but other than that, they've been shooting the ball quite well in this third.
Yeah, definitely doing a little better on the offensive side here in this second half. Joe Gaffney with a nice little behind-the-back dribble. He's trying to take it inside. He's going to draw another foul. Gahn called for that one, and he thought he had all ball, and Gaffney did a really nice job selling it. I don't know. I couldn't really see it from this angle, and Gahn and Greenacre having a little chuckle out there behind the arc. So they're going to say not in the act of shooting. All right, then. And so there we are, Horrigan going to inbound this one. He's got Blecky out there. He's going to have to tries to get Greenacre cutting. And, of course, Andrew Kiefer there to take it away. He's going to do a little hesitation off the glass and in. Coming back the other way with a little bit of quickness. Gaffney off the glass and in. So Joe Gaffney answering back. Ekdahl tries to hit a big pass there. Schley, what a job by him. Nice body control. He swings that one around, and it's going to go off McNamara. And Coach Friday is fired up. You can hear him.
Oh, and why wouldn't you be? I mean, you're watching one of your guys. He's also, mind you, he's a junior. He's still got one more year under his belt. I mean, this guy is having the most impressive game I think I've seen anyone so far this year.
So Landon Lalonde checking in, and that's his shot that goes off. Schley with the rebound. McNamara tried to handle it, but it looked like Cheboygan knocked it away. Andrew Kiefer, though, not able to keep it in bounds. So it'll be Charlevoix ball. And I'll tell you what, they are just not letting up at all. They've extended this to a 24-point lead. We're under 45 seconds here in the third quarter as Joe Gaffney takes it across half court. He finds Horrigan. McNamara's cutting over to Greenacre at the top. Greenacre's going to put a little move on. Kick it out to Gaffney for a three-point look. Front of the iron, no good. Back out to Blecky. He thought about it. McNamara now going to try and take it to the hole. Kicks out to Horrigan. Back to Greenacre. He'll take a step inside. Tries to draw some contact, but it makes him pay. Off the glass and in. Carter Greenacre doing a heck of a job keeping these guys in it. 22-point lead now. Cheboygan playing for the last possession here in the quarter. And Greenacre, quick hands. He's got 5 seconds. Gone, tries to play it, and gets him to leave his feet, and Greenacre finishes. That just goes to show you that sophomore, man, there's no give up at all on the Charlevoix team, and especially that young man right there. He has been clutch in terms of keeping the Raiders in this one, and now cutting the lead down to 20, as much as 26-point lead tonight so far. Hey, if you're dreaming of warm weather, and I know I sure am with those near zero conditions outside, well, TVC Cherry Capital Airport going to get you to the sun and fun. Non-stop flights to over 20 destinations from Florida to the Southwest. You can fly Allegiant or Sun Country. You can connect through American, Delta, or United. Book now at tvcairport.com.
Well, Tom, speaking of next level things, another next level universe, we've got another game going on not too far down the road in East Jordan.
Right.
As they're facing off against another one of our teams, the Gaylord St. Mary Snowbirds. And right now, East Jordan has a pretty commanding 18-point lead midway through the second quarter, 30-12, making a statement there.
Yeah, East Jordan, one of the better teams in the Ski Valley, no question about it.
Well, I think right now, Tom, especially so far in this game, this is really showing this is their conference to lose. They're just blowing out all the opponents. They are undefeated in conference play, and it looks like that trend is going to continue tonight.
Well, St. Mary's a good basketball team too. It's not like they've got the the bottom feeder in the conference at all. They're a good basketball team.
Yeah, they sure are.
And just a quick update: the Suns over the Pistons. We got 23 seconds left in the second quarter, and a nice three-point shot by Greenacre as he continues his scoring. Schley with it. He goes to Ekdahl, who goes from three, and he hits it too. Man, oh man, it is bombs away tonight.
Yeah, this second half, Tom, has been an exciting version of basketball. Both teams just having a legacy night. Greenacre and the Raiders, and Schley for the Chiefs.
Jan Chulas tried to go up. Andrew Kiefer back there to get the block on that one, take it away, and he finds Ekdahl now. Ekdahl looking for a little room. There's Gaffney, though, forces the pass. Lalonde goes inside, tries slide. Greenacre with those quick hands. Blecky there with it, and here comes Joe Gaffney coming down the other way. So 48-34, your Pistons score. Suns over them. And a little bit of an errant pass on that one. That was Bentz cutting, and, Greenacre was looking for him to kind of kick back out, so...
Well, Greenacre is kind of almost single-handedly willing his team into points, as he actually is going to take a quick bench seating, something I'm surprised to see. I thought he'd finish out this game the way he's been playing.
Now they'll give him a little bit of a breather there as McNamara checks in for him. Lalonde with it down to Ekdahl, seeing that bench playing a big role there now for Cheboygan. A little too hard off the glass there from Ekdahl, so Charlevoix trying to do the long pass to McNamara. Kiefer with it, though. He's going to go into the corner. There's Gahn. He gave him a little bit of the look. And they're going to get him, Blecky there, with a little bit of a reach on that one. So
it's funny, that same exact spot on the court has been I want to say a third of all the fouls have happened right there. I can think of 4 off the top of my head.
There's Lalonde again, inside to Schley, and he's going to get the foul as he gets the roll in. Spin cycle there, and man, oh man, they've been having a lot of rim luck tonight.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure if my mental math is correct, it is 28 points now for Schley. He's getting close to that 30 bomb, Tom.
60-38 your score here with 6:17 to go in the fourth quarter. Off the front of the rim, Janchulis with the rebound. Quickly gets it over to Blecky. You can tell that Cheboygan defense, they're looking to keep that those long stretch passes. Those guards are like a hungry safety out there just waiting for you to make that mistake and jump the pass and come back the other way. And we've got a little bit of okay, so that's Landon Lalonde there with the foul. Kind of jumped in there and knocked Bentz loose. Gets himself up and adjusted. Charlevoix now with the inbound pass. A little too much there to misread. I'm not sure. Just not on the same page as he tries to find Janchulis, and that one's going to go out of bounds. Kiefer over to his brother Kiefer.
Kiefer to Kiefer.
That's right, Andrew Kiefer with it now. Top of the key. He's got McNamara. He'll take a trip inside off the glass as he's able to kind of fade away there on Janchulis. I don't know how you D it up much better than that.
And that's just better offense there, Tom.
And again, you can hear Cheboygan coaching, man. They are just not looking for better defense. That one from long range, not going to go. McNamara with the rebound. Kick it out. Blecky finds Joe Gaffney. Tight defense. Just not able to get their shooters loose there. Again, Gaffney trying to set up. There's an opportunity, and they're going to get him for the travel. He thought about taking that three-point shot and then kind of thought about taking it inside. And, well, you got to be a little more decisive or sometimes you'll get called for that travel. That was Isaac Bentz.
He's packing his bags and maybe heading to TVC with that travel.
Yeah, Carson Kiefer with it now for Cheboygan. Inside to Andrew Ekdahl with it. He's going to take it all the way under. Finds Lalonde. Back out to Ekdahl. Ekdahl, I'll tell you, he's one of those 6 guys that he plays with a lot of energy as he kicks that one out to Carson Kiefer from 3. Chiefs extended out 65-38. Joe Gaffney gets a nice pick from Blecky. Give and go. Blecky takes it inside. Andrew Kiefer with the block. Coming back the other direction now. Carson Kiefer out to Ekdahl from 3. And, oh, man, just off. He's going to launch one out for Blecky. Take it inside, and it's straight through the net. 65-40.
Tough finish there by Blecky. Defender right on his hip.
Carson Kiefer finds Andrew. A little 2-point shot off the back of the iron. Blecky controls. Greenacre back in the ball game. He's a guy who can take you inside or outside. He's been money no matter where he shoots from. Inside to Janchulis. He's going to try and put a move. Nice job, just not able to get the angle, and we got a foul. That's going to be on Jeremiah Huntley in there in that forward position as Schley has got a seat on the bench now. He's definitely earned his breather, and it's good to see some of these other guys getting a chance to get out there and get some time on the floor. Right now, you've only got the Kiefer brothers out there as your part of your starting lineup.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, Schley's got a well-deserved break.
Yeah, for sure. And we got another bench player coming in. This is Jason Pauly. Schley also checking back in. So Ekdahl and Andrew Kiefer going to check out. So, again, just two of the original starters still out there on the floor for Cheboygan with the big lead here, 14 points, and Jan Chulis going to miss that one, but also a line violation, so Cheboygan's going to get that. Wouldn't have mattered if it had gone in. So Lalonde with it back to Carson Kiefer.
Yeah, one thing we haven't seen a lot in this game is free throws. I think those might be the 7th and 8th all game for both teams.
That's right. Carson Kiefer inside, splits the defense, gets the roll. Just a nice quick move inside and able to put that one away. Oh, Nelly, 16-point lead for the Chiefs. That one's not going to hit much. Blecky tries to save it, but Schley with it coming back the other way, and he's going to go inside, off the glass and in.
Well, that's 30 points for the big man tonight. I wonder if after that he'll rest for the rest of the game, or if he's going to go for maybe a career high. If that is not his career high, 30 points.
He's just been lethal as Blecky, a little fadeaway, gets the stroke and it goes. 2:36 to go here in the ball game. And you can see, I tell you, super impressed. Charlevoix not giving him anything easy. As beautiful block from Greenacre, and he comes away with that rebound. Looking for Blecky coming the other way. He's got Lalonde. Nice spin move and another foul. I'll tell you what, that was just a beautiful play. Yeah. Blecky with a nice spin move to get himself an angle. And, the only thing probably kept that one from going in was Huntley's foul.
Blecky, one of the few seniors on this squad, and he's played some pretty good minutes in this fourth quarter. I mean, it's been in a losing effort just because the offense for the Chiefs has been remarkably amazing.
A couple of guys checking in for Charlevoix. Want to mention them. Patrick McClure is in, and Grayson Warchall. Both of them sophomores. Schley and Carson Kiefer both checking out for Cheboygan. Ekdahl back in the ball game. And we've got Frank Leonard also checking in for the Chiefs. Ekdahl's got the ball. He faces off against Blecky. Little move inside. Going to pull up and shoot. Greenacre with the rebound. 2 minutes to go here in the ball game as Greenacre comes back the other way. He's going to pull up, take his three-point shot, and that was a miss. Probably had too much time on that one. But the putback is good. Patrick McClure. Enter him on the score sheet tonight.
Yeah, I do think that was the first time he was that wide open. He even lined up the ball, got his fingers on the right spot, and I think you mentioned just sometimes too much time.
Yeah. So Leonard guilty of the foul there, and we've got another Chief in there for the first time tonight, Lucas Anderson. He is senior. Nice job on the shot. McClure able to finish his three-point play. Tried that that skip pass. Some good minutes here for these Chiefs. They're coming in off the bench and getting an opportunity to get some minutes, and this can definitely pay off. It gives them some good game experience and opportunity to get some film here.
Yeah, Jason Friday seeing what these guys are made of, trying to make the most of what might be limited minutes on the season.
And Lucas Anderson, it's one of those things. He's just trying to get the game to slow down for him a little bit. McClure did a nice job. They'll say foul on that one. Not exactly sure, but Cheboygan's going to maintain control. Three-point shot. That was Leonard. Lalonde with it. Nice little bounce pass. Tried to get it over to Jason Pauly. He missed on his shot. Coming back the other way now. Charlevoix posting up from three. That one's going to go in and out. McClure with it underneath, and he's going to get that little shot. So tried to get in there and get position so he could bank one, but wasn't there. A little fadeaway jumper, and that's all it takes. Back out to Leonard. And a nice takeaway here. Chiefs get it right back, though. looks like they set what do they call it, a double dribble.
I'm not sure, but whatever it is.
They say over and back, I believe.
Whatever it was, Jason Friday was not happy about it.
I think they called that over and back, and Friday's point was, he was 3 feet from half court.
Well, 20-point game, 37 seconds left. Maybe the refs aren't too concerned about that call.
Yeah, this thing
right.
was darn near a 30-point difference, too, so a lot of credit to the Raiders and a lot of the bench guys, too. McClure especially coming in and giving them some good minutes and keeping it as close as they could.
Yeah, minus Greenacre, it's actually been a lot of the Charlevoix bench, which has helped with the scoring. Blecky and Horrigan being the leaders.
Bentz is going to get one in off the glass. Shot coming up from the corner. That's going to hit the side of the backboard. They're going to let that one run. And Horrigan going to try and launch one from long range, but that's not going to go in. So they get it a little bit closer. 18-point difference tonight, 69-51. Your final score. We'll come back, do a little wrap up here for you in just a moment. Keep it here. Next Level Broadcasting postgame show is next.
Life gives us enough to deal with, like doing your taxes, hosting in-laws.
Oh, you're still trying to do the beard thing, huh?
And of course, filing an insurance claim. But luckily, Auto Owners makes it easy. They pay what they owe without any hassle. That's simple human sense.
Ask Bingham Insurance Services in Charlevoix if auto owners make sense for you.
All right, welcome back. Charlevoix, final score, Cheboygan Chiefs 69, Charlevoix Raiders 51. So the 2026 win streak is clipped short here by the Chiefs, as they definitely look like they regained that early season form, and holy smokes, really, really good job starting with defense, I think, Jared, in terms of creating those offensive opportunities. Gahn, Smith, Carson Kiefer, quick hands. And then when Charlevoix did try to get it inside, you had Andrew Kiefer and Nolan Schley just wreaking havoc inside and good in transition. And you love that. So, I mean, especially with Andrew Kiefer, really good moving the ball for a big guy.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really say enough good things about what the Chiefs did in this game. I mean, near the end, they put in a lot of their backups, getting some minutes. Coach Friday seeing, what they had available to them on the bench. But just all 5 players, and even Jack Ekdahl off the bench played good. I mean, you just couldn't write it up any better. They executed to perfection. Transition game, they knew exactly where to be, who to pass it to. Oh, if they're in this defense, this is where you look. I mean, Coach Friday had them ready. I think they probably had some pretty tough practices after, as we mentioned multiple times in this game, losing 1 of 2 to start the year, especially to Elk Rapids at home. That was a game that they came back and could have won, but didn't end up going their way. First loss of the season, snowball to another loss, and well, I think that it might have helped them. Sometimes adversity is what makes a team really great. You got to get punched in the gut to know what it takes.
Well, I'll tell you, on the other side, Carter Greenacre had himself a nice game. I mean, really good from 3-point range and even inside too. He was really good defensively down in the block. And again, that's one of those situations where you've got a really tall guard who can get inside and help you out underneath. And exactly what he did when he's outside on the guard play. He's got really quick hands and does a super nice job trying to basically initiate that transition offense off good defense, which is something Cheboygan did really well tonight. Well, we definitely appreciate you tuning in to our Bingham Insurance post-game show. Running a business comes with plenty of risk. Your insurance coverage shouldn't be one of those things. Bingham Insurance here to protect you from the unexpected. That's Bingham Insurance Company, proudly representing auto owners insurance. And, of course, we also want to say thanks to Sky Media 45. If you're looking to take your business or event to the next level, Sky Media 45 is a veteran-owned company delivering high-end photography, video, and post-production, plus professional drone mapping and inspection services. From aerials to the final edit, they are ready to fly for you. Check them out, skymedia45.com. Well, Jared, that's going to do it, I think.
All righty.
Charlevoix going to be back here at home court. They've got Elk Rapids, and then on the road next Thursday in Harbor Springs. Harbor Springs, Cheboygan battling back and forth to keep pace with Elk Rapids at the top of the Northern Shores Conference. And, of course, tonight's win definitely keeps Cheboygan in that conversation. So for Jared Stamen, I'm Tom Clemenson. Appreciate you watching along with us, and we'll see you next time on Next Level Broadcasting. Have a good night.